Hi everyone, hope you're all well. Um, uh, just have to see how this goes. I was on earlier and it was actually alright for the most part, but yes, I'm just trying out some new things, trying out this background thing and see if it attracts more people. Because yeah, just gotta light up my game really with the YouTube thing. Otherwise, I can't complain, can I? If I'm not trying everything, then just gotta, try some new things, see what works. Trial and error, innit? So welcome in everybody. Hope you've all had a good weekend. So yeah, so I'm live every day. Sometimes put shorts out, sometimes long form content as well. So if you're new here, then welcome. So just have to see how this goes, and yeah, I gotta try not to get my hopes up too much with things. I think that's sometimes my issue. I would get my hopes up about something just for it to be a letdown. So if you don't get your hopes up, you don't expect too much, then anything that you do receive is a bonus, and you can appreciate it more. So something we've got to practice is gratitude, trying to just not expect anything and appreciating what you do get, because no one owes you anything. Hello Desert Channel Explorers, hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining me tonight. Welcome to live. Tell me about your channel then. So I guess you have a channel, you've got videos and stuff, so do you go around like a desert or something, or what's your thing? Yeah, I've never actually been in a desert, but it can get very, very, very hot. But it can also get really cold as well, depending on the time of day. There are lots of these programs where they're going about you can get a lot of dehydration and stuff. Hello Jimmy, good to see you. How are you doing? Welcome to the live. Hope you've had a good day today. So yeah, what's everybody been up to this weekend? If you want to support the channel, you can send a super chat or you can become a member. It's entirely up to you. So feel free to just give it as much as you can, but if you can't give anything, that's fine too. That's okay. It's just but yeah, no one's obligated to do anything. So but hello Ray, is that weed? It is whatever you want it to be. It's whatever you want it to be. Yeah. If you say so, that's so welcome to the live anyway. How's everybody doing tonight? Yeah. I don't know, maybe I should change it up. I've been trying different things. There's different ones I could do. I'll just have a look around, just see what we've got. Let me find something. That's another one as well. There's loads of them really, but some of them are not really kind of I don't know, I'm not really into some of them, like obviously that's just kind of like, so I just kind of mess around with different ones. Yeah, we've got that. So let's just go back. Which one shall we pick? Maybe I'll just stick with that one, you know. I just kind of like how it looks. Alright. Who will we tonight? Where's all my viewers? Alright. Yeah, it's dead. Okay. Alright, I was hoping I would go, like, push it out again, but I guess we'll just see how this goes. Sometimes it takes a little while, but alright. But yeah, some people say that I act like I'm stoned. Well, that's fine if that's what they want to think. You know? Maybe I'm just naturally high or something, I don't know. Okay then. I'll give this a few minutes, see what happens, but if it doesn't pick up then I'm going to have to restart it at some point. Yeah. So what does everybody want to talk about then? Yeah, this is a bit of a struggle then. Okay, I thought people might have just like stuck around a bit, but apparently not. Like, how am I supposed to do this if no one's chatting? Well, it's like I'm just talking to myself. It says there's 3 people here now, so come and say hello if you're watching, guys. So I'm trying my best here, but I don't know. I'm just, yeah. Just help me out, guys. Hello, Erwin. How you doing? You only have 3 so far. Yeah, it's slow tonight, but I had a lot more earlier when I went on this morning somehow. But think about it, well, yeah, because it was like a weekend, so I guess people were, yeah, kind of, well, actually a lot of people don't get up till like late on a morning on a Sunday, but yeah, how's it going, Owen? Hope you've had a good day. You've been here before, right? Anyway, but yeah, I was doing this like thing, 31 push-ups earlier, and then someone was saying, "Oh, fix your form." It's like, what is wrong with my form? I don't think it's that bad. You get all these kind of like form Nazis, you know. It's midday in America, yeah, it's different time zone, isn't it? So it's like you get these form Nazis. I understand that, you know, form is important and all that, but some people I think get a bit too kind of, oh, you've not been here, alright, well, welcome in. It's like, you know, with these workouts I was on about, and it's like you get all these people saying, oh, your form isn't right. It's like, fuck off. I'm not bothered. It's like, whatever, you know. You know, it's like a lot of people don't have perfect form, you know. It's just, I don't know, I just feel like you get these like elitist type of people who just try and, either that or they're just trying to kind of put you down, try to find some kind of way to nitpick, and just, when it's like, you know, it's not really that bad. I used to have much worse form, but it's like, you know, yeah, maybe I should be, you know, people saying, oh, you should be doing this and that. It's like, well, I seem to be fine, like, with what I've done. I've not been injured. It's fine, for me at least. So I don't know, like, why people are complaining about it, like why are they making these comments saying, oh, fix your form. It's like, well, okay, well maybe if you give me some constructive criticism about it and saying, oh, well, this is what you need to do. Because if you're just saying these comments, it doesn't mean anything to me. What exactly am I doing wrong? You know, I was just doing kind of speed reps, trying to get, you know, to like, I don't know, I wasn't really kind of controlling reps or anything like that on that particular set. So I wasn't really kind of, but yeah, if I'm going, you know, slower, then it's going to be more controlled. But I don't know, if I just find people are a bit kind of, it's tough to generate an audience just in workout videos. Yeah, I don't like always do workout videos. I do some other stuff as well. But yeah, there are some guys that really do well with the workout stuff. Because the thing is, some workout stuff can get quite repetitive and boring. So I don't always do that. I usually like to come on live and do, say, chats and stuff and give out advice and suggestions and stuff if people want that. But I'm here to just kind of connect with people, really. But it's hard sometimes to really kind of attract the right audience. But you just gotta keep trying, and I don't know. But anyway, there's 5 people here, so yeah, you have to get past the criticism. Yeah, it's just what I'm saying is that these people are probably, I don't know if they themselves are just losers and they're just trying to put you down. But I thought I would mention it because, you know, if you're gonna like criticize my form, then you at least need to kind of say like what it is that I can improve on, because otherwise I'm just like, yeah. So it was just sort of a short that I did today. I just thought it'd be a cool little thing I could put out, but you're always gonna get criticism. So I guess like what I'm saying is, no matter like how good you do or whatever, there's always gonna be someone that will try and nitpick it, even when you think you're you're putting yourself in a kind of vulnerable position when you're doing this sort of stuff, leaving yourself open to, you know, people nitpicking and stuff. Yeah, that's right, Owen. It's definitely don't dwell on the past. It's yeah. I remember, I don't know how true this is. I remember someone was saying that depression is dwelling on the past, and anxiety is focusing on the future. I mean, that's obviously like an oversimplification, but maybe there's a grain of truth in it that like if you focus a lot on the past, and it can make, I suppose you could have anxieties from focusing on the past as well. Like for example, past failures and things like that could also make you anxious, and also the thoughts of kind of like the future might also make you depressed. So I don't necessarily think that it's 100% true that, but I guess I guess both of them can lead to thoughts of depression and anxiety, and just like hopelessness, and like which is not what you want. So you want to be focusing on what's within your control, and that's about focusing on what you can do right now. Try not to focus on other people. Don't compare yourself to other people, because everyone's at their own point in life. So alright, take care, Owen. I hope to see you again soon. So hopefully you can come back another time. But anyway, who else is in here? Is there anybody else watching? Let me know if you're watching, guys. So I go live every day, but I try to go live every day, but sometimes it can be a bit disheartening when it's you're not really getting an audience, but it's just very random. Like this morning, I went on and had a decent audience for the most part, and I'm like, how has that happened? Most of the time it's been a bit slow lately, so you just never know. Never know how it's gonna go. Just depends on the roll of the dice, I guess, But you've got to not focus on that. Just focus on your message. Focus on what you're putting out there. Are you putting out positivity, or are you putting out negativity? Because if you're putting out negativity, then to me that's not, like it's not good, is it? We should be trying to bring positivity to the world. And yeah, of course, there's negativity out there, and there's the toxic positivity when people just like ignore the negativity, and that is not good either. But we've got to not dwell on things that are not relevant to us. Like oftentimes we focus on other people's drama and whatever, which in the moment might give you that dopamine, but in the long run it's just going to leave you feeling depleted and just feeling empty. And it's like you're living your life through other people, and it's just, why do you want to do that? It's just crazy. It's like you should just be trying to live your own life, but a lot of people just find it easier just to sit back and just watch drama unfold. But yeah, that's never gonna lead to satisfaction in the long run. Hello again, good to see you again, Maroy. How's your day been? I hope you've had a good one. What have you been up to? Anyway, feel free to ask questions, everyone. Hang on, it was a Monday. Yeah, I don't know why it was so busy today. And earlier this morning when I came on, it usually doesn't get busy in the mornings. Usually it's quite dead in the mornings, so I don't know. Just one of those things, I guess. No, SSC007C. I'm good. Yeah, I mean, my response should have been, I don't date homeless people. Are you a doctor? No, I'm not a doctor, but I study like health and nutrition and things like that, and exercise. So I've got some knowledge on that kind of stuff. What's your passion? So yeah, like health, nutrition and stuff like that, and becoming the best version of you. That's probably one of my passions right now. Like trying to get fitter, all that kind of stuff. What about you? What's your passions? But yeah, so it's just I just like to see progress happening in some way, whether that's through health and fitness or something else. I like to get better at things. I don't like to just stay stuck and stagnant. I can't be doing with that. I can't. I mean, like, why was that? So I guess you've watched the video where I was talking about that a while ago, but I mean, I've just been kind of like not looking for any of that right now, and just so yeah, I'm just things will happen when they're meant to, I believe, if they're meant to. I'm just kind of like, what I'm saying is like, all these guys out there just obsessed with sleeping around with women. It's just, I don't know, I just don't get it. Hello Macman. Another workout today done. Oh cool, that's good then. What do you mean, Maroy? Illusionist? Nah, it's fine. It's just yeah. Some people were saying I should put some stuff up on the walls or something to make it more decorated, but I'm like, I just can't be bothered, because I don't know. I don't really see myself here long term. I don't want to be messing around trying to decorate the place or anything like that, just because I'm like, I don't see this as my home, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm actually planning to travel and do it more of a long term thing. So I'm kind of like, but it's hard because I'm like, I've been procrastinating, and that's some issue that I've had. But I'm just trying to plan it out and make sure like I'm ready to do it, because it's quite daunting, and I need to make sure that I do it in a way that I can sustain. So yeah. So you had a workout, did you, today, Macman? So what sort of stuff did you do then? So anyway, share this out if you can, people. That would be really appreciated. At least we're getting a few more in now. So decorating room with fancy stuff makes the room messy. Yeah, I like to keep things kind of minimalist. I don't want to be adding in like clutter, because the more clutter you add, then the more you have to get rid of. That's how I see it. Let's say you want to move, and then you have to get rid of more. You get all these people adding all this crap into the room, and it would just kind of stress me out the more I'd add, because it's like, if you have to move, then it's hard enough to begin with, so I'd just rather not have to deal with all the stress of it. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing well tonight. Thank you all for joining me. But I mean, I don't think like extreme minimalism is a good idea, but I think there's a balance of it where, like, you know, it's minimalist enough to where it's not stressful, but not too minimalist to where it affects your life in a negative way, because then that's not minimalism, that is just deficiency at that point. It's been a while since YouTube days. Right, Stuart, sorry if I missed you there, but yeah, I should keep that page open really. But decorating, yeah, it can be good to have some decoration, but it's just about kind of doing what's right for you. And, you know, some people like to, you know, have these things to kind of about their own character. Say, for example, if you're a Star Wars fan, then you would have it in that kind of theme, perhaps. Or if you're into a certain kind of music, then you'd have that around your room or something like that. It's like, but yeah. Anyway, so what are you guys saying? Anyone got any questions? What do you guys want to talk about? Yeah, sometimes I get a bit, I don't know, impatient with things. That's another thing that I need to work on. Impatience. And was that okay, bro? Bye. I couldn't give you time today because my timeline is totally different from yours. It's 12:30 AM in here. I have to sleep now. But okay, take care. Have a good one. See you again soon. Alright. Right, who else is still in here then? Let me know. Just keep chatting, guys. Apparently we've got 12 people watching right now on YouTube, so just come and say hello if you want to, you know, chat with us, and you know, if you want to ask any questions, then go ahead. Just been trying some different things out with YouTube, see what works, see if I can get more people to join and stuff. So yeah, but yeah, just I don't know. I just want to just focus on positive things. I don't want to be getting into like drama or anything like that. There is the odd times where I've been out of character and stuff, and I need to stop doing that. You know, it's about kind of taking that self-responsibility to be like, you know, I can't just keep blaming others and start, you know, kind of, you know, just going off on people. And it's like, even if they are kind of, you know, really annoying and all that, but it's like, it's not helping to, you know, react to that, and it just kind of fuels the drama. And people are, you know, love that stuff, but it's like, just because people love that stuff doesn't mean that you should be caving into that and pandering to that. You want to just be staying true to you and your message and all that, instead of just fueling the negativity. Because that's the thing, is the message on here is about, you know, trying to, you know, get rid of all that and try to, you know, get rid of people out of your life that put you on a downer and make you feel negative. You know, get these like kind of dark triad kind of people who, you know, are kind of quite narcissistic. They're quite just negative and, you know, nihilistic, and they just have a very doomer outlook on life, and they'll just project that onto you because they themselves feel that it's just very dangerous to be around certain people for long periods of time. It's like if you realize you're around someone who's, you know, like a energy vampire or something, you need to cut that off immediately. You know, if they're draining your energy, or they're making you feel negative, you need to cut them off immediately. You know, it's like, and some people just feel, you know, I think some people are just too nice. You know, where it's like they want to, you know, because so like see the best in everybody, and it's like, but then that ends up actually hurting them in the long run, and because sometimes it's hard to help people, and it's like they just need to get some, you know, professional help a lot of times, and they're trying to help them and try to just kind of see the best in them, but in reality, the best thing you can do for them is to cut them off. They need to realize that they have a problem and they need to sort themselves out. You know, because otherwise, you know, they're just going to continue to keep hurting people, but in the long run, they're actually hurting themselves because they're never going to actually be able to live a normal life, and they're just going to keep on causing chaos. And it's, you know, that a lot of these people can never have healthy relationships and stuff. They're constantly feeding off the negativity. So anyway, welcome to the live, everybody. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. That would be really appreciated. So, who's watching me right now? Alright, Haley. I think I'm too nice sometimes and I'm always the one that gets hurt. Yeah, that's right. You know, you've just got to try and have healthy boundaries, and, you know, sometimes I can be, you know, nasty to people at times. It's not right intentional, it's just sometimes I can be like that, and sometimes people should be a bit more kind of, if ever I'm offending people or whatever, then they should just tell me instead of just bottling it up in themselves and then be like kind of, they have this kind of secret kind of like, you know, sort of bitterness about me that it's like you kind of have a vibe that, you know, they don't really like you, but they won't tell you why. And it's like, well, if I've said something, you must tell me, because otherwise it's just creating this awkward kind of negative energy, and I just can't be doing with that. So yeah, so that's, you know, anybody right now, if ever you ever have any issues with me, then you just need to tell me. You know, people need to be straight up. Like if they've got any problems, there's no point in just trying to keep it a secret and just be like, some people are afraid of, I guess they're afraid of confrontation or whatever, but in the long run it's just going to end up, you know, bubbling over and just end up like erupting eventually. It's just going to become a lot worse. They say it's better out than in, so it's better to just, you know, get stuff off your chest if you're ever feeling like there's something that's not right or whatever. So yeah, just anyway, so welcome in everybody. Thank you all for joining me. So yeah, let's get this shared out if you can. Sharing is Karen. Yeah. I know it's kind of a corny thing to say, really, isn't it? You know. But anyway, so what have you been up to, Haley? Then you've been up to much? I was doing a bit of a workout earlier at the park. Well, yeah, it was just at this like, it's like a multi-purpose frame. It's called, like, trying to do some like pull-ups and things. I was doing some like negative reps, trying to do that, because you're stronger on the negative than you are on the positive, so it can be a good way to build up the strength to do it properly. Just at work today, I did a workout this morning. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I saw this thing about like how it might actually be possible to reduce belly fat or something without losing it from other places as much. I don't know how true it is, but there's people now starting to say that maybe it is actually possible, where it's like, if you do a lot of like ab exercises for like endurance ab exercises, like just doing a lot of sit-ups and stuff like that might actually cause you to burn a lot of fat around there, possibly. I don't know how true it is, but there's some people saying that that could actually be viable. I don't know. It's just, I was watching a video earlier, and it was about this guy doing this experiment. But well, it wasn't even an experiment. He was just saying how he experienced it when he did more of the ab exercises during a cut. The thing is, you still need to be in a calorie deficit, I believe, because if you're not in a deficit, you're not going to lose fat, because fat only goes when, you know, when there's less energy available, because then the body needs to tap into fat in order to get fuel. Otherwise, it's not going to. I'll give anything a try. Yeah. But there was this interesting thing that was saying that, and I don't know how true it is, but maybe there's this thing of the skin becomes better around that area as well, like the better skin tone or something, which might just kind of just make that, you know, it look less saggy and all that, just make it look firmer kind of thing, instead of it just, because as you get, especially it gets worse as you get older, you see a lot of people, it's like, you know, they might be in pretty good shape, but like because of all the loose skin and all the, you know, it just becomes less quality, and you know, it just looks saggy and all that, and it doesn't look so good after so long. And you were saying how you've got, you know, you've had some issues, and it obviously you get like things such as you know, like stretch marks and things like that. And you know, actually I have stretch marks on my back, and they've always been there from when I grew. I think because I grew quite tall quite quickly, I think that's what caused the stretch marks to happen. So yeah, because to me this is what body positivity should be about, is about embracing your flaws, about, you know, someone might be born with like a birth defect, maybe like a birthmark or something like that, but they embrace it. They're like, yeah, this is my body. They might have scars, they might have, you know, like an odd shaped nose or something, I don't know, something like that, but it's about embracing the things that, because these are things that you can't do anything about. It's about accepting these things and learning to love yourself. But to me, the whole it gets toxic when it's all about, and the whole thing about body positivity is about, is the whole thing of glorifying like literal like obesity. That is where I have a problem, because that is not a good message to be putting out to people. And yeah, it's quite concerning, really, isn't it? That, yeah. Anyway, so how are we doing tonight, everybody? I hope you're all well. Feel free to ask questions. We got these people trying these friggin', you know, the, what is it, Ozempic or whatever, and it's like, to me, that I have a problem with that, because it doesn't change the bad habits. All it's doing is it's just kind of putting a band-aid over things, but it makes you dependent for life, because as soon as you come off it, you're just going to put the weight back on. And it's like there's far too many people, I think, using these sort of things. It's just become like, these are the things that are supposed to just be for like diabetic people, and I don't think it's a good idea to be like doing that. I think people should just try to start exercising more and try to eat healthier food. My stretch marks and section scar don't really bother me as without them I wouldn't have my babies. Just want to slim down. Yeah, that's it. It's just like, yeah, it's kind of like just you could call it almost like a badge of honor. It's like you have the kind of, you know, it's a kind of, yeah, it's something that's like a reminder of, you know, the things that, you know, like the, you know, the alchemy, if you will, of like bringing a new life into this world. It's like, it's almost like magic, isn't it, in a sense, when you think about it. Like, the two people came together and then brought a new life into the world, you know. So yeah. Anyway. But yeah, I hope everyone's had a good day. Let's get the live shared out if you can. Yeah. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope you're well. Feel free to ask questions, guys. But yeah, it's just we all have flaws and we have to learn to accept them. You know, we have to learn to love and accept ourselves. Because once you start to learn to love and accept yourself, it starts to reflect from the world around you. People start to react differently to you. Hi, what's it? Javis Shul. How you doing? I'm good, thank you. How are you? Welcome to the live. Nice to meet you. Sorry, I'm just on a few different platforms at the moment, so I thought I'd put the, oh yeah, I didn't put the live chat on the screen, but some people didn't really like that so much, so, but yeah, so where are you from, by the way, anyway? Yeah, sorry for like missing you then, but yeah, so who's still in here then? It's just on a few different platforms at the moment, so if you've got anything you want to ask, this is an open platform. Haley, you still there? See, where's Richard at? I guess he's busy or something. So you guys' thoughts on the dead internet theory? So I've been seeing that going around a lot. So I kind of think it's quite true actually. It's kind of scary actually. The things have just gotten so kind of weird. It's like so much AI out there, and it's like a lot of this content now is like AI made nonsense. So it's like this whole thing of, you know, you've got these like AI influencers coming out now, and you've got like, it's just so kind of freaky, isn't it? You know, these deep fakes, you've got it's like people just, it's like, then, you know, a lot of the content is just, it's just a bunch of algorithm, just like, you know, it's like this, they were saying how the search engines are just like it's basically just only pushing out whatever the algorithm is. So I mean, as in you're only gonna see whatever. It's like you'll get people who will like boost, you know, their content so that they get seen. So any like real content doesn't get shown. So it's all rigged. It's like if you've got the money, you can just pay to have your website put above everybody else's. You know, it's just not fair. Like, it's just, you know, if you're born into like a rich family or something, you can just invest all that money and then just have your friggin' website pushed above everybody else's, even though it might be complete crap. You know, it might have been someone that's actually put in a lot of work to try and get their website up and running, just for it to be buried beneath all the ones that have paid all this money to have it pushed out. Just goes to show how this whole thing of meritocracy is all a load of bullshit. It doesn't exist. Because if it really existed, then why is it that so many talentless fucking people make it in this world, you know? There's so many people with absolutely no fucking talent whatsoever who get fucking rich and famous and all that. They don't fucking deserve it. Just because they know the right people. Just because they get lucky. They meet the right person at the right time and all that shit. And there's people with far more talent that deserve it way more. People that work harder. I don't know, it just kind of, yeah. It just sucks really when it's an unfair world, isn't it, that we live in. And it's like you get all this AI generated slop now that's getting to the top of the algorithm. Any real content is buried. So yeah, the internet's just become a steaming pile of shit now for the most part. But there is some like authentic content out there and they are trying to push some of that out, but it's like, hello humour. People born into wealth versus the poor and not well connected. Yeah, that's it, you know, you've got like kind of people who were like born into like the wrong family, they were like didn't get that head start in life. But then you could say that being, you know, born too rich can be a bad thing as well, because if that's all you've known, then you've got more to lose. And oftentimes these people blow it. You know, they were in the right families and all that, they end up blowing everything. And whereas sometimes the people at the bottom, they you know, they manage to claw their way up through the ranks, and they got to where they want to be, but because of their hard work, their determination. Because there's this thing of like, when you're, alright, Runner Boy, how are you doing? Good to see you. When you've got like that sort of, when you lack something, you want it more, I find, because it's just like, yeah, but then when you've already always had it, then you don't appreciate it. You just kind of like, you take things for granted. So there's this thing of those that never had to work hard for something, they usually end up losing everything. It's like you get those kids in school, for example, they were cocky, they were like the kind of, maybe they were just naturally funny or whatever, or maybe they're naturally good looking or whatever, and they could get away with anything, and they thought that, you know, they could do that forever. And then they got to adulthood, reality hit them like a ton of bricks. So it might actually be a blessing in disguise being born without so much, because then you'll appreciate it when you do actually make it. And even if you don't ever make it as much as these people, but at least you'll appreciate it. You know, these people can't relate to the struggles of the average person, can they, you know? So anyway, hope everyone's well tonight. Feel free to ask questions. But yeah, the stream went pretty well earlier. It was, we had decent views on it, but it's just, hopefully it's gonna, you know, go more in that direction, and yeah, fingers crossed really, but I don't know. You just never really know with these things, do you? It's very unpredictable. So currently on 104 views on this live, so yeah. Alright, what sports do you play or watch? I don't really watch sports or play sports really. I'm just kind of, yeah, I don't know. I'm just more into fitness and stuff like that, health and fitness. So yeah, Runner Boy. I was doing a video earlier, 31 push-ups, and then someone says, "Fix your form." I'm like thinking, what is wrong with it? I mean, it might not be perfect, but like, I just find there's some like form Nazis out there, and it just gets annoying. But it's almost like they're just doing that because they're just trying to nitpick on purpose, just to try and because they can't do that, so they'll try to find a way to diminish what you're doing because they know they couldn't do it themselves. That's kind of like the conclusion that I've come to. Either that or they're just absolute fucking form zealots, if you will. They're just very kind of zealous about form. Yeah, the views have been up, but it can't be a coincidence after I told you about the hashtag title and green screen. Yeah, so it might be helping to some degree then. Someone said about my butt coming off the bench on my PR today. Yeah, I did notice that a little bit, but yeah, you do have to keep your butt down, otherwise it doesn't really count. But there's always going to be someone that will like try to diminish it, and yeah, because they know that they couldn't do it themselves. It's like they couldn't do that with their butt off the bench anyway. So whatever. It's like, yeah, people will always find some way. It's like, for example, I think it was when, what was it, Jesse Pollack was doing all these push-ups. You've seen Jesse Pollack, right? He does these half-rep push-ups, and someone was like, oh, you know, they're half reps, and it doesn't count, because he does it a half rep at the bottom, and half reps at the bottom are a lot harder than half reps at the top. They're like, that's a prison-style push-ups, but they didn't get it. It's like, you know, but they were trying to say, oh, well, it doesn't count because there were half reps at the bottom. And it's like, well, the thing is, they probably couldn't do that themselves. So they're just trying to diminish what they're doing. But down is for competition standards, I'm not competing. Yeah, that's it, you know. It's like, for example, you know, it's like some people use straps on the deadlift, some people don't. It's just personal preference, I guess. So it's just... yeah. So what would you reckon you'd be able to do in competition standards then? Yeah. Did you say you ever use a Smith machine or what? I had 500 views on my stream today as well. It's going well for us right now. Yeah, it's good to see. It was mad how you got nearly 10,000 on one yesterday, but it's just odd how not that many people chat though. Like, how is it there's so many viewers? But I think they're just not really sticking around very long. They're just kind of scrolling basically. But yeah, I know like Pulsed Iron's been getting a lot of views as well as a max. I mean, I don't know if you've ever watched his channel, but I think you went in there once possibly, but he's been getting a lot. He's got 77 people watching right now. His stream that he did earlier has got 14,000 views. One he did yesterday's got 17,000 views, so his views are absolutely flying right now. Like, his views are almost the same as what some of these big YouTubers have got, like Jesse Pollack and Men of Action. You know, that it's like it's soon he'll be, you know, he might even be surpassing some of these guys. Well, I've done 120 with, but on bench easy. It's just about getting used to it. Yeah, I suppose it's just about having that kind of, you know, that connection to your body and making sure that you're not cheating the rep, because that's the difficult thing when it's like instinctively you want to try to kind of do it the most efficient way possible, but when you're trying to like do something where you're doing it to a strict strength standard, then you have to not allow yourself to cheat that rep or something, if you get me. So anyway, it's more of a mental thing for me. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the mental thing is, you know, like just as important as the physical thing. They have to both go hand in hand. So I was looking into this thing called rhodiola, and it's like this kind of, apparently it's like an adaptogen nootropic type thing, and it's meant to have some like health benefits, but then there's some people saying it doesn't work or something like that. It's just that I think Greg Doucette is trying to promote it now, and it's just, I don't know. I don't know whether to really believe in it, because you got to think, well, if Greg Doucette's promoting it, then maybe it's not something that you would want to buy. I don't know. Yeah.
Get yourself some Turk!
Hello, Jonathan. What are the leaves for? Wiping my ass.
Get yourself some Turk! Get yourself cookbooks! So that you can become a better butter burner!
I'm getting more views on my lives than shorts right now. That's a strange concept. Yeah, it is a bit, isn't it? But then again, with live streaming, it's a constant stream. So whereas with shorts, they're only like a few seconds to a minute or so. But yeah, because that's the good thing with live streaming, it's constantly rolling. So there's a chance to get a lot of views from live streaming if you can keep the crowd coming in. So yeah.
Turk Builder! Max!
Yeah.
Get the freaking cookbook!
A short's pointless if that's the case. Not completely. I sometimes get views on my shorts, but it's not consistent. But you could do some shorts and some lives. It just depends, really. But sometimes I get more subscribers coming from my shorts, but then again, the subscribers from the shorts might not translate that well into onto viewers on the lives. How are you doing, Squirrel Sniper? Good to see you again.
Alright, Squirrel. That's me doing. Yeah.
Anyway. But yeah, good to see you here. I saw you in 11/11 Cold, and I was like doing an impression of him. He goes, "Yeah, 11, yeah, Code's in the building, yeah, yeah. You see these, the leaves, cannabis leaves, yeah." He has this kind of laugh that he does. It's almost like an evil laugh. I don't know. It's anyway. But yeah, I think maybe he's continued to do shorts. There's always a chance that you might get views, but yeah, I'm trying to focus on the live streaming and making that more interesting. And it looks like maybe it could be working, but I'm not sure yet. We've just gotta try things out and see what's gonna happen. And yeah, it's just about trial and error, really, isn't it? But when you see like people like Pulsing Iron that getting tons of views and stuff, I'm just happy my final push to 4K will be a lot easier. Yeah, that's good. On that, like, what is it called? The final stretch or whatever. Yeah, it's just I'm glad that you're finally there, because hopefully you'll be monetized once you start your Kilimanjaro thing, so that'll be good. So it's all kind of coming in good time, isn't it? I thought it was going to take at least 2 more months at the pace I was going at, yeah. So you never know what's around the corner, do you? So never lose hope, innit, because I was streaming a steep slope this afternoon, great Carl's workout. Oh yeah, I bet that is, isn't it? Streaming? Oh, you mean like when you're doing like kind of, like gardening work, innit? Yeah. But I might be there by next week, yeah, hopefully. Because you don't need to keep above 4K. I don't know about that. I thought I remember someone was saying that you still have to keep above 4K watch hours per year. But hopefully, you can maintain that. So yeah, just gotta see what happens really, but yeah. Anyway, I hope you've all had a good day today, people. Share out the live if you can. That'll be really appreciated. Yeah, so my short from the other day, that's just getting pushed out more. It's just on about 1,000 views now. It's 1,017 views. It's so that's good. It's getting pushed out more. It's the one I was doing the one arm hang, but I've been struggling to do it ever since then though. I think it's because I still have that. You see that it's still a bit kind of. It's sort of like healing now, but it's like there's like healed skin under now, but it's got this kind of skin that's kind of loose, and it's just, I don't know. I don't think so. I think you only have to post 3 videos a year to stay. Oh, really? Maybe they've changed the rules. I don't know, but that would be good because it would be a bit crap if you have to try and keep getting 4,000 watch hours per year. But the thing is, you should want to be trying to get that. If you want to be successful on YouTube, then you want to be getting a lot of views, right? I always rip them off. Yeah, I don't want to be like fucking about with that. You were saying something about like that putting chalk on your hands causes the calluses to tear off, which doesn't sound particularly fun. I remember when I did one time when I was doing like rock climbing on a climbing wall, and I actually like caused myself to bleed then. So when it happened that time, it reminded me of then when I was like, because I was going up a wall a few times, and it was like, because I wasn't used to it, it's like the skin just cut. Because I'm not doing restreams once I'm in 4K part. Alright. Yeah, you should maybe like look at, have you thought about doing like other kind of streams, like maybe more kind of like Q&A streams or something like that to kind of possibly, you know, like attract more people. I don't know. You just gotta see what works for you, really. But hello, Jonathan. What's funny? Sorry. Anyway. Yeah. I was thinking about that. Yeah, because if you're looking at like trying to grow your channel, then because you could do things like that, and then you could have like super chat questions and things like that where you would prioritize that potentially. Because at some point I might look at doing that where I'm like, especially if the chat starts to get quite busy, then I'm like, okay, well, then people go on about, oh, you just want money. It's like, money makes the world go round. So what's your point? It's just some people out there just like, all these naysayers and all these people, or just people trying to poo-poo something. But I'll be able to focus on content after, since I won't have to do restreams. Yeah, that's true, because when you're having to do the restreams, then it does take time away from other things. But hopefully it'll be good when you're doing like the Kilimanjaro thing and you'll have loads of content. So you're going to be like doing the content whilst you're doing it? Are you going to have a way to kind of film it whilst you're doing it, or are you going to be, putting it out after you come back? Like, what's going on with that? Someone donated 20 to me on Live Day. Oh, well done. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so that would be quite encouraging. But the problem is YouTube does take a big cut from that, so you might only see like 10 of that or so. But yeah, I don't know, because the amount that they take can vary. Because I thought it was supposed to be 30%, but then I found that it can be up to 60% cut. I won't be able to go live. I'll film it. Oh yeah. So you're going to be like uploading videos whilst you're there, or are you just going to wait until you come back or something? And then, yeah, I said that YouTube takes like 40%. Yeah, something like, it varies though, because I remember when Reluctant Gamer sent me, I think it was $9.99 or something. And I only got £4 out of that, and I'm like, what? How have they took 60% of that? I thought it was only meant to be less than half, but apparently, yeah, they just decided to be robbing bastards, and yeah. Anyway, it's just it is what it is. There's no point complaining about it, is there? Anyway, if anybody's new here, then make sure you subscribe. But yeah. So yeah, what's everybody been up to today? I'll probably have a few shorts set to upload while I'm away, but I don't know. Yeah, that might be a good idea to kind of tide people over, I guess, so they've got some content to see. But yeah. So what are you going to do, like edit videos or something? If so, like what sort of thing do you use to edit videos? Like what platform do you use? Depends on what your device you're using, but yeah. Also, I hit 1.8k subs today. Oh, cool. Yeah, hopefully you'll hit 2k soon. So I noticed, yeah, your subs have been going up faster. So onwards and upwards, Just gotta focus on just keep putting out that good content. Just yeah. It's all about trying to engage the viewers so that they'll keep coming back. My phone, what's that? You cut, what do you mean? Sorry? I just spent 2 hours on the putting green. Putting green? What do you mean putting green? You mean like, pitch and putt, like the golfing, right? Well, it will slow down when I stop restreams. Yeah. Yeah, just, if you do like regular lives, then people might want to hang out then. So you just got to try and keep that momentum going. But yeah, if you do some shorts and you maybe like try and encourage people to subscribe as well. Golf, but I love golf, as you know. Probably you should know that golf is my favorite sport. It's the greatest sport in the world. It's so great. You get to see a lot of countryside. It's a lot of green. People say that I'm not about. They say that the radical left, they say that I'm not. Hang on, I need to get me, my yellow old rag in it if I'm doing my Trump voice. They say that I don't support green issues. Golf in practice, yeah. I like crazy golf. So they say that I don't support green issues, but I love green. As you know, I love golf, lots of green fields, like this on the screen, lots of green. Green is my favorite color. 9.5 out of 10, oh really? Yeah, I suppose there's always room for improvement. Yeah, I don't know, just green. Should I do a restream tonight or just leave it for tomorrow since I'm on a roll? Might as well do it, because then you can get there sooner, just do what you gotta do, but yeah. Anyway. So there's people arguing about whether Hussein Farhat is natural. And from what I've seen, it does seem plausible that he is. Because people are trying to mech out like there's this crazy transformation, and it's like, yeah, it's pretty impressive, but 3-year transformation, it's doable if you lock in and you do everything properly, and you have decent genetics. Like, as long as you don't have crappy genetics, then I think it's doable. Feel like if I do too many, it might not work as well. I don't know. But then if you don't do it, then it's like, will it actually... I don't know. It's a tricky one, I guess. Thanks for the Trump impression. It made me chuckle. Yeah, that's good then. I like to, make people laugh. So, yeah, what other ones should I do? I don't know. I can do the RFK Jr. impression. You should give Donald Trump a break. He's just trying to make America great again. I'm here to help him. I'm here to advise him on the health of the American population. As you know, the health of the American population has been declining for many decades. All the food colorings, the preservatives, all the BPAs, it is destroying the food supply. It is turning people autistic. This is no laughing matter. We've got to do something about it. So there you go, that's RFK Jr. with his kind of glitchy sounding voice. Anyway, so yeah, who's still in here then? Hope you've all had a blessed day. Renee Boy, you still there? I don't know, you just gotta, I guess, just make your own mind up on that. It's like, I can't really advise you on that. But, yeah, just do what you gotta do. Sometimes you think that you're making the right choice, but then it doesn't necessarily work out the way you thought it was going to do. So what I'd say is just kind of, it's about trial and error sometimes, and then, yeah. Sometimes things just don't make sense. Like this reality. So I was watching this video about, like, something about absurdism and how, like, it's like kind of coming to the terms with the idea that we'll never know anything kind of thing, and that there's so much unknowables in this universe that it's like we have to just kind of accept that and just kind of just embrace it, that the mystery of the world and how there's so many unanswered questions. Yeah, I'll just do restream tonight. Yeah, you could do that, but there's no guarantees to anything in life. This is the thing. We're looking for certainty, we're looking for definitive answers, but sometimes life will throw something at you that you didn't expect. Just as you thought, you know, you had everything figured out, and then boom. It's like, yeah, so we don't know a lot, really, if we're being honest with ourselves, but a lot of people are not very intellectually honest. What's that? For the past live streams this week, I got 900 views, 370, 420, 9.9k, and 570. Yeah, those are good, like, compared to, like, previous lives. So, yeah, so there's got to be, like, something to that then, yeah. I mean, so we're on, at the moment, 153 on this live, which isn't great, but, you know, it's better than some of the lives I've had, to be fair, but we've just got to see how it continues. But it's best to not really get your hopes up too much with it, but yeah. So what's everybody up to tonight then? But yeah, the short that I did the other day is now on 48 likes, so that's good. We'll see if we can even maybe get to like 100 likes. That would be like a first. I think one of my shorts got like 60 something. Actually, one of my long form videos got 87 likes. So I want to see if some video could get to like 100 likes plus. You know, last month I got about 20 or under on all lives. It was bad. Yeah, I know you was complaining like it was like really, really bad. So yeah, I think the hashtags might help somewhat. Just gotta try things out, haven't you? And just because then YouTube knows who to push it out to, and there's also a chance that people will, you know, look in those hashtags and they'll find your content. So the more of those things that you link your video into, then the more chances of people seeing it. So maybe I should even add some more into it. Because you have literally like fucking 5,000 characters that you can put into a description, and it's like most of us are barely even filling it out. So I first started Restream 6 months ago, and I had 2.5k hours then, really. So that was like 6 months ago, blimey. Yeah, so you've been at this for quite a while then. Yeah, because it's like if you don't get to like the watch hours within a year, then it sort of like then it kind of rolls back a bit, and you have to kind of, yeah, it's can be tricky for some people, but I mean there is ways you can speed it up, but yeah, but using too many may confuse YouTube. Yeah, there is that, I suppose, but I guess it depends if they're all kind of related to the same kind of thing. Then yeah, hello to you, Ennis. How are you doing tonight? Welcome to the live. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, I suppose there's a thing of like less is more, but I guess if it's kind of related to the same sort of thing, then yeah, it's like swimming up a river after you hit 360 days. Yeah, that's it. You know, you're just gonna struggle then. I think. Yeah, you want to try and get there within a year. It's like they're just deliberately trying to make everybody just, you know, jump through hoops to get monetized, even though they started already like putting ads on people's videos before they get monetized. What theme you guys are up to? What do you mean? What are you saying? Anyway, welcome in here. Thank you for joining me. Is this your first time in here then? Nice to meet you anyway. But yeah, maybe thinking about it, maybe it is not a good idea to put too many in. I don't know. I don't know like how many would be a good amount to put in to not overdo it. But then again, like you know, there's no necessarily a right or wrong answer. You just never know. Like I said, there's certain things in this reality that don't make sense. It's like we just have to come to accept that, yeah, sometimes it's just luck, you know? Like what you speak about, so I could say something if possible. We talk a lot about health and fitness and things like that on here. So if people want to ask questions and what have you, then that would be great. But after the 360 days, I basically stalled for a full year until restreams and vertical lives. Yeah, vertical lives can help with subscribers and stuff, but yeah, a lot of the people don't seem to really be sticking around very much, I've noticed, but it is what it is. Anyway, feel free to ask questions, everybody. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, just but yeah, also like, you know, Paul Fitness Hutch, like he put a video out today, and it's like loads of views. Well, let's just get it up, right? Fitness Hutch. Yeah, I don't know if you ever watch them, but they do like fitness content, like kind of similar sort of stuff, like with the, you know, like the gym kind of stuff, but it's like, for example, they did a video 8 hours ago, 762 views. Hello, M. Zaim Sarwar, how are you doing tonight? Welcome to the live. Vertical lives gave me so much, if I'm honest, I seem to be able to hold the viewers from it. Yeah, well that's good then. I just found sometimes that I struggle on this thing, but I used to get a lot of viewers back in the day when I did like Restream or StreamYard, but it is what it is. It's just, yeah, trying to build an audience back up can be difficult. But this is the thing, right? So like I said, so Fitness Hutch, 8 hours ago, 762 views, right? 4 days ago, did a leg day video, 42 views. And then 5 days ago, 104 views. Alright? So you see what I mean? Well, okay, welcome in from Pakistan. Yeah, I hope you're doing well. M. Zaim Sarwar. Are you new here then? Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I am live every day. So yeah. So welcome to this channel. So what I'm saying is that, like, you know, you've got, you know, 762. It's going to probably keep going up and up and up, right? So people are just there for these kind of videos like that. It's like he did one the other week that's got over 4,000 views on it. But most of his videos, it's like, go back and it's like 75 views, 47 views, 131 views, 84 views, 135 views, right? I'm from the UK, Zaim. Are those lives or videos? These are on videos that the Fitness Hutch did. But what I'm saying is they started talking about trolls and drama and shit, right? You know, put a video, you know, wise up, open your eyes, stop talking bollocks, right? And that video got 912 views. And then there was one calling out the YouTube bullies. Enough is enough. 4.3k views. Yeah. And then there was one. The truth is, I don't care what they think. and it had some like royal family in it. It had the what is it, the Prince and Meghan thing. They also had Alex Belfield in the thing as well. So it was kind of drama. 808 views, right? I'm not a Christian now. Fitness Hut's deleted a lot of videos that didn't do well, right? Do you think that was a good idea then? But there's still a lot of videos there I can see that are not doing very well. But obviously, I looked back and there is some stuff like the carnivore diet, and there's like 1.6k. So yeah, it's kind of random, but a lot of the ones that are doing well now are drama videos. So I don't know if he's kind of like playing on that now, possibly, and knowing that it's going to help with his channel, because he was saying how he needs to up his game on YouTube. Probably if they were really bad, right? Yeah. But there's a lot of like drama going on, it seems, now with it. And he said he was going to stop talking about it. I mean, to be fair, it does seem like a serious issue, so I don't want to obviously like kind of downplay that there's issues going on, but yeah, it's like, it's just kind of something I've noticed where it's like, it's putting out a lot of videos that didn't do very well, and then the drama ones are pretty much guaranteed to blow up. I think my channel will turn into arm wrestling and travel videos mainly eventually. Yeah, because I noticed you were talking a lot about that. Like, is it Davron or whatever it's called? And just live workouts. Yeah, you gotta find your niche, haven't you? But I'm surprised you're like so much into like arm wrestling, because you're not really like, you don't like practice that stuff, do you? Or do you sometimes? I just find that arm wrestling is a bit of a kind of, I don't know. It can be dangerous, can't it? I don't know. It's like, you can end up really like injuring yourself with that stuff, I think. But I suppose you can do that a lot with like powerlifting as well if you're not careful. But yeah, going back to the whole form thing, it's like when people are saying, oh, you need to keep your back straight when doing deadlifts, and you were saying now that's a lot of bullshit. It's like we were saying that your back's made to bend, your spine's meant to bend. It's like, it's going to allow you to lift more weight, because you're able to get your traps into it, and you're able to get more muscles into it. Whereas it's like as long as you're not like, as long as you can control that rep, then yeah, it's just like watching it. But I struggle mentally to make videos. Like, I just keep saying I'll do it later. Yeah, I can be a bit like that as well. Alright, fair enough, Mum. How you doing, Mum? Good to see you again. Hope you're doing well. So I don't know if you're going to split any more of that money with me, but yeah, it was good. I mean, Mum actually won a lot of money the other day on it was some kind of lottery thing or something. It was like it was like a kind of sweepstake type of thing, wasn't it? Anyway, but yeah. So have you ever done like arm wrestling, like as in, and participated in it? Oh yeah, Running Boy wants a tenner. Yeah. Sir the wealth, yeah, it'd be like a communist, isn't it, Yeah. We don't like communism. Communism is a terrible ideology. Why should I have to share my billions? What have all these people done to deserve it? I have worked for my billions. See your main point, what do you mean? I've done some of the exercise, what you're saying. It's weird you're getting more views, it's just this struggle with getting them to comment. Yeah, that's what I find, because I noticed it was happening on Mark's live as well, where he had like 20 odd people, and there was only maybe a couple of people commenting. So yeah, people just seem to be kind of either just scrolling or they're just watching in the background. So yeah, there's 7 people watching at the moment, so I mean it's better than it has been, but yeah, that's just what I see a lot on these YouTube lives. So I remember sometimes on TikTok it was similar, where I could have like friggin' 50 people watching and maybe like 5 of them are commenting or something. How do we get them to comment? I don't know. Like I said, you know, there doesn't seem to be any definitive answers to anything. That's what I'm kind of coming to accept, that maybe there is no answer. Maybe there's no definitive answer to anything. And we just have to come to accept that, you know, that free loot crate giveaway for oh yeah, loot crate, yeah, that, yeah, free it said we're having an airdrop or something, you know, that's it, you know. yeah. There you go, the free airdrop. But you didn't see it because it was air was dropping. Oh, terrible. A guy I followed kind of ruined his live stream success. How did he do that then? Yeah, because we need to kind of, maybe it's for like a cautionary tale or something. Hello, macro abuser. Have you ever tried hypnotherapy for fitness stuff? Hypnotherapy? No, I haven't. Hello, Evie. How are you doing? Hope you're well. Thank you all for joining me live. We've got a few more commenters now, so there you go. Runner Boy has just, summoned them to comment. So anyway, so yeah, macro, so yeah, hypnotherapy, what do you mean is in like the whole thing of like mind over matter stuff, where it's like you hypnotize yourself, be like, I'm going to smash this PR today, and you sort of like, so I remember there was this thing that Eddie Hall was doing where he kind of psyched himself up before doing the 500 kg deadlift, and he just like, he was like kind of in that this sort of like zone of like that, in that sort of like fight or flight, where it's like kind of thing. So anyway, he was getting 20k and more views every live, then stopped going live randomly and got a big ego, and his last few lives have dropped to 500, no comments or likes. Oh really? Well, yeah. So it could just be that, you know, you have to keep that momentum going, really. You have to still put in the work, otherwise it can mess it up. Like, took a 3-week break, yeah, that's not good, because then YouTube can mess up when you do that. I think it's the same thing as something about, like, if you take a break from doing shorts, if I remember as well, that you have to be consistent with that as well. So it's just, yeah, come back with a big ego and instantly no views. Probably because he probably thought that he could just come back and everything's the same, but unfortunately that's wasn't the case then, I guess. This is the thing, it's like, you know, as they say, pride comes oftentimes before a fall, so that's another kind of lesson for people out there, you know. Just because things are going well now doesn't mean that it'll always be that way. We have to be prepared that, you know, maybe, you know, things could take a turn for the worse, but we have to be ready for that. We have to be ready for whatever setbacks come our way and just deal with it, you know. It's not the end of the world, is it? You know, if we have setbacks, you know, it's just sometimes the path to success is a windy one, you know. It isn't going to be a straight line, or the climb up a mountain isn't going to be a straight climb. Sometimes you have to go down a bit to then go up. It's like sort of like thing, isn't it, you know? So we can't just think of it as linear, like in a straight line. It's oftentimes it's bumpy. You know, sometimes there's going to be some turbulence. You know, when we're flying, sometimes there's going to be turbulence. Same kind of thing, right? Anyway, hope you're all well tonight, guys. And I would have not taken a break if I was getting those numbers. Yeah, why would you want to take a break if you're friggin' getting 20k views on lives? It's like, for example, Max from, you know, what is it, you know, Pulsing Iron getting like, you know, 10 plus k views per live stream now. You know, that is good numbers, and he's growing his subs like really, really fast now. He's getting like I think this morning he was on like 1.34k, something's on like 1.39k, so he's probably gained like 50 subs or so just today, maybe more. And some days he can be gaining up to like 100 subs in one day. Wonder how much money he would get from that. Yeah, I know. but the thing is, I don't think he wants to monetize. So it's just a shame when you get someone who's getting like good views, and then they're like kind of, but then they don't want to monetize. It's like, because there's people out there that they'd love to trade places with you so that they can monetize, with that amount of views. It's like, I don't know. It is what it is at the end of the day. But yeah, I hope everyone's well tonight. Feel free to ask questions. But yeah, just don't try to expect too much, but unless you're getting like loads of viewers and stuff. But they also say one thing as well: do not promote your channel to random people, because that can mess you up as well. Because that can mess up the YouTube algorithm with like the watch time and all that. So I think he was just live. Let me go. Look, yeah, he was live just about half an hour ago or something. Thank you for watching me. It is such a pleasure to have you all in here. It is very great to see hundreds of people. Wonder what his views were like. Well, yeah, he was getting over 100 at one point, but some of his lives have been getting over 200 viewers. Like 200 active viewers at times. Like, well, I think one he did yesterday had like 230 viewers or something like that at one point. So that's crazy, for like the amount of subs that he's got. Like, those numbers are comparable to like people like Jesse Pollock, And Jesse Pollock has like nearly 200,000 subs. Anyway. Alright, so is everybody okay then? Hope everyone's had a good day today. On 193 views on this live now, so it's still going up, I see. Alright. So who else is in here? Can you just say hello or something? Because there don't seem to be a lot of people sticking around. There's not a lot of people chatting in here, so... I noticed a lot of big YouTubers can't pull any numbers on livestream. Yeah, it's like... So I remember I was talking to someone about this and how, like, it's not just the smaller YouTubers. Some of the big YouTubers are struggling as well. People with, like, hundreds of thousands of subs, and they're, like, barely even pulling in, like, 100 viewers or so. Because you'd think they would be getting, like, at least 1,000 viewers or something, but it's basically flipped. Big YouTubers get big views on videos, but not lives, then we get good views on... good lives, low videos. Well, I've not really been getting good lives, to be honest. But yeah, I've had some random ones where videos do well, but it's just very random on here, I find. You just never know. It's like, yeah, I had the one that had 400 odd views this morning, but like, most of the time they're not doing that great. But, I mean, this one's actually like, still not quite at 200 views yet, so... But we'll see. I guess it's a bit better than it has been though, just by making these changes. It's about just experimentation and just seeing what works. Yeah. You just gotta like kind of, unless you're in a specific niche, it's gonna be hard. That's why I'm doing arm wrestling. Yeah, I suppose arm wrestling is quite a niche, isn't it? Because I mean, it is like quite a big niche, I guess. A lot of people like it, but it's not as big as, say, like the general fitness niche. Because like what Fitness Hutch was saying, it is a competitive niche. It's a flooded market. It's like you've got so many people trying to make content around it. So unless you really stand out, then it's hard to get people to stick around. So you got to think like what makes you so special compared to all the rest. It's about like dropping the ego and just accepting that. See, it looks like some of my shorts are doing well, so yeah. But sometimes I find though that if I've not done shorts for a while and then I do one and then it's like, I don't know. But I don't know if sometimes I might have done too many shorts and then it just kind of causes problems. I'm a special group of fitness, so I have a more condensed audience, less competition. Yeah, that's it, you know. Yeah, 'cause I remember watching videos on how to like kind of, for example, this is a thing that say if someone wants to do affiliate marketing, one thing you want to do is look into products that are a bit kind of niche, but there's still like a good amount of people looking for it, but there's not too much competition for it. So I remember I was watching this guy and he was doing like this free kind of guide on it where he was talking about he started like a kind of website around mentalism, which is like, it's a form of magic, but it's a niche within magic, which is kind of like because you've got like the magic niche, but then you've got like a kind of subset of like the magic, which is mentalism. Yeah, so like because mentalism has different kind of like disciplines and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Ing, is this? I don't. Hopefully, it's not going to be like offensive or something. But anyway, I also like to upgrade my home gym with my YT money. I think that's what I'll use it for to start. Yeah, that might be a good idea. But you were saying that you can't do squats unless you're at the gym or something? Because she had no arms. Huh. Oh yeah, knock knock. Is this knock knock joke or something? I've got one. Knock knock. Who's there? Isabel. Isabel who? Isabel Necessary on a bike. The Fat Muppet says, do you like baked salmon? No, I'm just baked right now. I'm just kidding. Or am I? That's what I mean. If I upgrade, I could do it at home. Oh yeah. Yeah, because you're saying if you've got like, what is it, safety pin or something. They were saying like, if you're doing, you know, kind of squats to true failure, you should have like safety pins so that you can actually fail without injuring yourself. Because you get these like ego lifters and stuff, and they're like, you've got to just be careful with all that. Especially if you don't have like spotters there. And even if you have a spotter, sometimes that isn't enough. And they say like you should at least have 2 or 3 spotters when you're doing squats, because let's say, you know, they can't do it, then they can kind of like, you know, bear that weight. But they say like if you fail a squat, you should like, something like you should lean backwards, so then you can just dismount the weight off you. That way it doesn't, because otherwise you then go like, if you go forward and then you sort of like, you're gonna like break your neck if you've got a heavy weight on it. So yeah, they say like to try and sort of lean backwards if you feel like it's gonna, as long as you've got the balance. Because some people, they were saying that in some cases there was a time where someone got killed and there was other things that were going wrong, like there was bad stability there, and it was they need proper lifting cage, but they cost 1 to 3 grand, right? That is a lot of money, so yeah, that'd be good to save up for. But yeah, is it coming to get baked in England? I'm just like messing really, but yeah. I mean, some people think I'm baked, but I'm just naturally like that. I mean, I think there's quite a lot of people that do it, because you smell a lot of like, you know, weed around you and stuff, like, because people, I don't think it's as like, might not be as big of a culture as it is in the States. The States has a big kind of culture, especially like, because there's a lot of states that are very kind of pro that kind of stuff, so I kind of see it as like, I'm not for or against it, but I'm like, if you need to do it, then, you know, it's like whatever, and if it's legal, but I'm like, you know, there can be some downsides to it. For example, it can be bad for your lungs and stuff because you are breathing in carbon, and as you know, like breathing in carbon is not, it's not good for the lungs, is it? It's like you hear these people talking, it messes up their voice, and it just ends up, it can, you know, cause problems in your lungs in the long run. So yeah. Anyway, time for me to go, Pete. Okay, you take care. See you again soon. You're doing your restream now then, or what else are you up to? So anyway. Yeah. Hang on, I'm gonna like, maybe I should put some poll. Yeah. Just putting in some like community post. Yeah, who's still in here then? I don't know whether I should do a restart or not. Maybe I should. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to think like what I should do really. There hasn't, there's not a lot going on in here now. So yeah, I might just start up a new one. Oh, hello Reluctant, how are you doing? Good to see you again. So yeah, how's things with you? What have you been up to? Hello One Dark Rep, I'm good thank you, how are you? Nice background, oh yeah. Someone was saying it looked like cannabis or something. Well, I didn't even think about that first, but I don't know if that's intentional or whatever, but it's such a great background, it's so fantastic, I love this background, it's so green. As you know, I love green. Golf courses are green. They say that I don't care about green issues, but I love green. I love green grass. I also like bluegrass, you know, the great music. Ever smoked a joint? I actually haven't. I'm great, dude, so much better now without the double chat. Alright. Well, I can see it on my screen anyway, it's so I don't actually need it on there. Maybe it just gets a bit overkill or something, but anyway. Alright, well, where's everybody? Yeah, there's only a couple of people in here now, so but it's good to have you all here though. I'm just thinking whether I should do a restart. Start up another live. I don't know what to do really. Hello, Cream Pie Laws. What you mean? I don't have depression, but I'd say like the best thing to do is to try to find your purpose in life. How's the training going? Good? As good as it can be? see, I was just kind of messing around with some different exercises. I was trying the glute ham raise earlier, and that one's a good one for like, well, obviously glutes and hamstrings. I was trying to do sissy squats earlier as well. They are no joke, them sissy squats. Like, I know the name sounds kind of deceptive because you might think of it as like a kind of a weak exercise or something, but they're actually no joke. They're like good for like building up your quads. My advice for depression: don't think in the past, think in the now. Forget the rubbish and focus on the now. Yeah, but also the future as well, because sometimes people focusing on thinking about, you know, where their life's going in the future, and then it's like, if you're away from the now. But I think focusing on a purpose is important as well, like kind of focusing on, you know, something greater than yourself, I think is a good idea, whether that's, you know, helping people to, you know, with their own mental health or something like that. Something that kind of puts your mind into like problem solving or something like that, or something positive, because then that distracts you from like feeling like you're worthless and you have no purpose. So you can't have all these thoughts when you're that kind of focused on, when you're occupied with like doing something for like people, or whether, even if it's just about putting out a good message or something. And I used to think I was depressed. It's a load of rubbish. If you're a man, grab your balls and get grinding. Well, I think that's a bit of a, I don't know, maybe that's a bit of a insensitive thing to say, and there's people with real issues in the world, and it's just, you know, some people are going to struggle, and some people might not even be able to, you know, kind of, there is, so I understand that there is some limitations. I'm not saying the advice is going to work for everybody, and some people have less mental tolerance to things. Like some people have naturally they struggle to stick at things. They might have just easily get distracted, and you might say, well, that's their fault. But I've kind of come to realize that, you know, I mean, I've been kind of like even questioning things like free will even. I got a new care company starting next week. I'm putting weight on, not working since got rid of them, just 2 visits per week. Then I've lots of time to myself also. Yeah, it's about holding yourself accountable, even if you just bought yourself a personal trainer or something like that, you know, to like help you with working out or something, even if it's just some basic stuff. You know, just even stuff around the house, you know, like doing home workouts or something to start off with. I remember you were saying that you were doing that thing with a heavy rug or something that you had in. Have you not been trying to use that again, or did you get rid of it? So you were saying that that was a good workout in of itself, where you was just doing some kind of like, just lifting that up and just like, yeah. Anyway, how we're doing, people? Hope everyone's well. So yeah, the depression, I think, I mean, and it's like, I don't want to like oversimplify things and be like, oh, if you're a man, just lift yourself up by the bootstraps and all that, because, you know, some people are in difficult situations, and, you know, we've got to try and empathise with each other, I'd say. Me personally, ADHD on the spectrum, I don't fit in, was at lazy, and I did exactly what I recommended, and now I'm getting somewhere. Yeah, I'm just saying that just because it worked for you doesn't mean it's going to be easy for people, you know. It's like the whole kind of like ex-smoker thing, where it's like they then go on some kind of like thing about like, you know, lecturing people about, oh, you know, I've got rid of it, so therefore you can do it too. It's like there's some people are going to have less mental tolerance to be able to go through it. Otherwise, everybody would be doing it. You know, if it was so easy to just get in shape, everyone would be doing it. So it kind of makes me think that maybe some people are, I'm not saying people are doomed, but it's like it's not going to be easy for some people. It's like, you know, with things like, you know, cravings and things like that. So I don't want to just sit and pretend like, oh, I've got all the answers, and you just have to, you know, just discipline yourself and all that. Because some people just don't have that naturally. Yeah, I know nothing's easy, but what I'm saying is that for some people it's even harder. You know, some people, you know, everyone's got struggles, but some people struggle even more. You know, what if your limbs are missing or something like that? What if you've got some other issues and you're depressed because, let's say, you know, you might not even be able to exercise. You know, you might have some limitations, and you might have, you know, some metabolic issues that are out of your control. So then you have to look at other ways to try and just be grateful and just still try to enjoy life. So like, yeah, I could tell everyone exercise, it's great for you and great for your mental health. It's true, but we have to also remember that not everyone's it's not good advice for everybody. So, but yeah, I mean, but there was this guy that's quite inspiring though. There was the man in the iron lung. And I was talking about this a while ago, about this man who he got polio, I think, and it caused him to become, I think he got paralyzed or something like that. Something happened where he ended up having to go into an iron lung. Oh no, I think it was something to do with his breathing. I think was fucked. Something happened and he had to go into an iron lung or something, and he had to. I think it was to do with his. Yeah, he had to be fed oxygen through it or something, and then, which pretty much meant that he couldn't live a normal life. He was just stuck in there, and but he still managed to, you know, he made like an autobiography. He did some I think he did art as well. He found a way to do it using his. I think he used his. He had like a pen in his mouth or something, so it's like it kind of shows that, you know, it's like that is kind of inspiring in the sense of even through all that kind of adversity that there's still a way to make it work in some way, that, you know, he achieved more in his life in spite of his all his disabilities than most people ever did. So you've got to think to yourself, well, if I'm able-bodied, then there's no excuse for me not to be really kind of going at it in life. But at the same time, I know it's difficult when you're, yeah. What I'd say is you should focus on a bigger purpose. Maybe focusing on becoming healthy, so then you can be healthy later on for your children and your grandchildren if you ever want them. Hello, Aaron and Robert. Good to see you again. How are you tonight? I'm probably going to restart the live in a minute because it does seem to be dropping off. So I don't know. But yeah, I'd say that we've just got to try and find a way to keep ourselves motivated and just kind of focus on that light at the end of the tunnel that we're trying to reach towards. So anyway, yeah, I'm alright, thank you. I'm just thinking, I should maybe do a restart. Yeah, alright guys, I will be back shortly, so see you all in a sec.